Right. Hi everyone. So opportunities for globalization of businesses. So there are so many opportunities are there as we discussed so far from the globalization. In order to flourish the globalization, government should help. Without government participation, without if the government keeps borders closed, if government put the restrictions to the free flow of the good commodities into the country, this globalization concept never can achieve. So what are the opportunities? What are the good side, positive side of that? These are the positive parts of the globalization. If you have a question, come to analyze the question, right? To justify the question, even for 12-mark question, evaluate the importance of a globalization. You should know as a good points, at least like a 3 points in four, and at least 2 points for and against the globalization, right? What are the points for benefit of the globalization and what are the points against the globalization? Must be able to assess and evaluate, and again must be able to make a judgment, the conclusion about your answer. So look at this first advantage of the globalization: access to larger market. Right? Yes, in Sri Lanka, we have about 20 million population. But if you go outside, if you go to India, our closest country, 1.2 billion population is there. 1.2 billion. So access to large market. Not only us, American companies, Chinese companies, European companies are waiting to go to these big economies, the big countries with a lot of population like India. China is the greatest. That's why the Asia Pacific region was a really like a very important section for all the world leading companies because of the access to larger market. Because of the globalization, you can do that. Look at the commercial value: 1.2 billion people. How many needs and wants they have, right? Everyone needs to satisfy their basic needs: food, shelter, clothes, everything. Right? Primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector. How many business opportunities are there? So if you have a larger market, lower cost. You can lower your cost by going to another country. As I mentioned, the cheap labor countries are there. Like you can see, like Factory of Asia, China. And then another people, nowadays a lot of people are moving to countries like Vietnam, Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines because of the cheap labor. Bangladesh, Ethiopia, low cost countries, cheap labor. Sometimes the countries are willingly participate. They are taking foreign direct investment. They are allowing them to come. They are allowing those foreign investors to come and settle them because of the foreign direct investment, lower the cost. And access to labor market. You can see business, fast growing business in the world. They wanted to access large, like a free movement of labor is there because of the cheap labor countries are there. Business is growing fast. There will be shortage of domestic labor as a result of that. They want to find a domestic. If there's a shortage of the domestic labor market, they want to go abroad and find the labors in those countries. And rising labor supply is another thing. Rising labor supply might be help to prevent wages from rising. It happens in actually locally also. Here also, like mainly the increase the labor price become a very huge barrier to the local industries. As a result, they went to other foreign countries where labor rates are low, their minimum wage is low, and then they start doing business in those countries. Especially like that, we talk about compare the situation of USA and the Sri Lanka. USA, like you see, like 1,500, 2,000 US dollars they are earning per month, compared to like Sri Lankan salary like 3 lakhs per month. It's a minimum wage in USA. But Sri Lanka, our minimum wage is around 30,000 per month. 30,000 per month. You can see that there are 10 times difference. 3 lakhs and 30,000. You can see by US importer, US foreign direct investor, they can hire 10 workers in Sri Lanka instead of 1 worker in USA. That's the thing, 1 to 10 labor ratio is there. So whatever the industry, they need labor, they are coming to countries like that. So like global reaching of the like a labor market. And labor supply might be helped to prevent wages and rising. And also globalization means that the business can recruit highly skilled staff from anywhere in the world. They can train, they can increase their human knowledge, right? They can train them, skill gaps, everything. So you can specific skills are there, like USA. There was a shortage of the computer system analyst, web developers, like a cyber side. There are so many job opportunities they arrive. Nowadays, I think worldwide, there's huge shortage of IT sector people is important because IT is either 21st century, the next decade, the next century. I think information sector will be very, very important. And also the second advantage is actually the reduced taxation. Second one, 1, 2, 3. Fourth one, reduce taxation. Some countries have their tax havens. We call these countries as tax havens. These countries will be able to give some opportunities for multinational companies to come and invest in that country, but they don't charge any taxes. Like Sri Lanka also, they are giving some tax holidays for some countries, some governments, some foreign direct investors. They are charging taxes for 15 years. So tax benefits are there, reduced taxation. But local, if you manufacture something, local government they tax. But if you go internationally, if you go abroad, those government they are giving support for you. They are not charging any taxes from you. That's another thing. Foreign direct investment. It's another good point. And so these are the main advantages of the having a globalization. Then from that we'll wrap up this lesson. You can see the most important thing we learned today, the opportunities from the globalization. So don't forget there are these 5 opportunities are there. You can access a larger market with a lot of customers, right? And then lower cost, you can reduce your cost, everything, and labor, capital, entrepreneurship, everything. And access to labor market is really important thing. You can access a wide labor market, large labor market with low cost, and also finally we talk about the tax benefit that you can achieve, right? So from that we'll wrap up our video. So be there on tomorrow, so we can have a actually we can discuss further about this topic. From that we'll winding up this session. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
sir.
much,
Bye,
sir.
sir.
Thank you,
Bye,
sir. Bye,
sir.
sir.